All right. We're going up to AM5 today for giveaway number 18. We got ourselves a Ryzen 5 9600X. You may be asking yourself, does that mean that you're actually giving away DDR5? Of course we are. We got a 32 gig kit of Ripjaw's S5. 6,000 megahertz, CL32. DDR5 build, ooh. Just gonna move on, man. We're just gonna keep it going, man. For our motherboard, oops, we got an Asus TUF B650 Plus Wi-Fi. Pretty good mid-range, all black motherboard. Oh, we do have some yellow. I was a little incorrect. We do have a tiny bit of yellow in this build. Sorry. Mostly all black motherboard. For our SSD, we got a 1 terabyte Kingston NV3. This is a Gen 4. Pretty budget, but still solid. NVMe. For our power supply, we got a Cooler Master MWE Gold 850 V2. Pretty sure this is tier B. Pretty good 80 plus gold. It does not have ATX 3.0 or 1 or a 12 volt high power connector, but that's okay. We don't need it. For our build today, to cool our 9600X, we're going a little overboard. We got an Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro 360, man. This is a top of the line 360 mil AIO. Does the 9600X need this? Absolutely not, but this was sitting on the inventory shelf. I'm pretty sure we have everything that we need. I think there was a note in here. Yeah. We opened this prior. Jeff. I don't think they took anything, but they never ended up using it, so we're going to use it for a giveaway build. That's going to look super clean. Our graphics card, which we actually talked about earlier today. Honestly, I kind of chose this more off of aesthetics than anything else, because this is just such a beautiful card. We got ourselves an MSI RTX 3080. Oh, we're in an ad break? Oh, well. Sorry, guys. An RTX 3080 today. We actually had this returned to us, I think, in a like a return PC. They couldn't have used it long because we somehow still have all of these, which I will take. Oh my god, my dog's gonna eat that. Which we will take out now. Pretty approved. Not the highest of high-end graphics cards, but the 3080 can definitely, obviously, still kick it in 1440p here in 2026. So that's going to be our giveaway graphics card. And then finally, I was talking about this earlier. The case we're using literally just launched today. Shout out to Corsair for sending over their new 3200D case. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement. I haven't seen too much content about this so far, but this is the Corsair 3200D. Brand new. Dude, oh, it needs a screw. Okay, yeah, I've never used this. It's got a pretty unique front panel design. Yeah, there we go. Very unique front panel design. It kind of like dips in there. It comes with, this is the $80 RS version. So it comes with 3 pre-installed 120 fans. No rear fan, which is super annoying. Not a fan of that. Pun intended. But it also has like an angled slot down here so we can add another fan. I brought 2 additional fans. That way we can put one in the back and then one here angled for the GPU, which I actually do like. And then we'll put the 360 AIO up at the top. And everything's just going to be blacked out. It's going to look sick. It's going to look super clean. But that is the Corsair 3200 that just launched today. That is giveaway number 18. Seems optimal for air intake. I'm pretty sure the bread and butter of the 3200 is all about airflow. It doesn't look like it has a ton of bells and whistles. No gimmicks or anything. It looks like it's just a straight up airflow case from Corsair, ATX size. So yeah, I'm excited to build. We got our Asus TUF B650 Plus Wi-Fi. This is brand new. For some of these parts, I had to... It was actually pretty fun. I went into our inventory room and just, like, started shopping with Jeff, who is in charge of inventory. And I was just, like, going up and down the aisles, like, asking him, can I have this? Can I have this? I am now officially shopping at my own PC hardware store. Because I planned this build at the very last second, and I could only use parts that we already had, so I didn't have to wait for shipping. Beautiful motherboard. Very heavy, too. It actually feels pretty premium. The RAM Defender, Jeff, exactly. Shopping or shoplifting? I mean, he documented it. I didn't... Well, I did pay for it in some way. But I didn't pay for it again. So, kind of shoplifting. Alright, there we go. We got that. Let's get out this Ryzen 5 9600X. We don't need this box, do we? Nope. You can afford to give away PCs in this economy? Yeah, it's because you guys watch the Twitch ads. The Twitch ads are exactly how we afford these PC giveaways. Here you go. There's the 9600. Dude, my shoulder is cooked. I have a very bad shoulder injury right now, and even holding the CPU puts a ton of strain on it. This is not good. We're going to open that like so. Keep it rotated this way. Set it down in here. Nice and gently. Try not to bend any pins. Give the CPU a little wiggle, just like we do the RAM. Make sure it's in there. Close that down. Latch that down with a ton of awkward force. That will sometimes pull this up, sometimes it doesn't. We don't need that anymore. And our 9600X is officially installed. Just like that. An hour and 13 minutes into the live stream. That's not bad. All right, let's get out the mortgage payment here. This is an actual... Dude, I'm not BSing you, man. This is an actual 32 gig DDR5 RAM kit. They're still out there, man. I am usually not nervous about holding PC parts these days. I've held some good parts in my day. But like, dude, this is the most nervous I get, man. This is a full, real deal, 100% legit 32 gig DDR5 RAM kit, man. Let's see if it sounds legit, though. This is how you really tell if it's a legit kit or not. I'm not going to mess it up this time. No user error. All right, you ready? Get out of the way. All right, here we go. Clean. Actually, very clean. That's about as clean as it gets. Numero dos. Also clean. Wow. That is about as minimal and squeaky clean as a RAM ASMR gets. Oh! Oh, wow. That nice. Dude, that's solid. That one's a little wiggly. Dude, that one's in there, though. Wiggly. Not as wiggly. Still kind of wiggly, but... That one's pretty solid, man. We're looking at... like a 6.9 and then maybe like a 7.3 on the right one. That's not bad. Not amazing though. That's wiggling a little bit. All right, next up, let's get our SSD installed, shall we? Just had a Clev 32 gig kit fail. Just one 16 gig kit wouldn't post. Sorry to hear that, man. That's brutal. I've had such a good track record with Clev. They've been rock solid. We've bought so many kits of Clev. Oh my god. Woolier, I appreciate the gifted subs, man, but I don't think I've ever in the history of live streaming been gifted 12 subs. Like 12? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's just a weird number. Appreciate that, man. I need the like I'm at the point where I just need the info. Like, why 12? Don't get me wrong, I'm super appreciative. A dozen? Maybe that, yeah. I mean, that could be it. I'm gonna give a dozen. That could be it. Is that how it went down? Like mentally? I gotta know, Woolier. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do a dozen. Maybe, yeah. I could see that. Taken. Oh, wow. Yeah, I did not think about that at all. He says, taken third place, working my way back on the top leaderboard. Okay, all right. That makes complete sense. Yep. Okay. That tracks. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation, man. Appreciate it. Have you tried pickled Pepsi? No. Have we talked about that already? I feel like we did. No, but dude, I bought something pickle at the store the other day. Oh, I bought pickle French fries. They were actually pretty good. Like frozen French fries. I bought pickle French fries. They were pretty good, man. That is a thing? Wow. Did not know. I'll look out for it. Okay. For our SSD installation, we have to uninstall this M.2 cover, which we have here. While we got this, we're gonna definitely take off this little plastic cover. That way the actual thermal pad is making contact with our SSD. We don't want that. Speaking of our SSD, we're gonna get out our Kingston NV3. This is a Gen 4 NVMe. This has been consistently one of the cheaper Gen 4 SSDs to look out for. It is definitely not like a high-end drive or a Samsung 990 Pro or anything like that, but it is Gen 4. Gets the job done. We got that right here. We're going to put that into the slot at an angle kind of upward towards me. Again, I've been showing this off lately because I don't think this is super common for rookies to understand, but that's the angle that it gets installed at. And then you're going to push it down. Rotate the plastic thing that's on there instead of using a screw. Some motherboards have little plastic clips that just need rotated. And then we're going to put that M.2 cover back on here. And then that'll be the end of that. It is sometimes a little difficult because that thermal pad gets a little sticky. So you got to make sure you put that on in the right spot. Feel like, yeah, mine is definitely not. Oh wait, maybe it is. Why does it not look right? Something doesn't look right here. That is not. Wow, that thermal pad is super sticky. I don't want to break this off, man. Wow, that was crazy. I'm going to make sure that this is perfectly lined up before I press down again. There we go. All right. Screw that down. Probably took a little longer than it should have, but we're here. All right, SSD is installed. Now the last thing we got to do, I am installing an AIO as our cooler, but we can at least prep the motherboard now. And I think I know what type of connection this AIO needs. Oh. Almost lost it. Yeah, I think we need 4 of those. Oh, no. There it is. We need 2 of these. And probably these 4 screws, I would guess. Don't think we need these. It's probably for Intel. CPU coolers and AIOs will come with instructions. Use them if you need them. Kind of just guessing here. Hopefully this goes well. AI slop commercial, sorry. I know you can't hear me say sorry, but sorry. I came in late. Who won? King Max 4_4. They were here in the chat. Might still be. All right, we're gonna uninstall these plastic bridges that just came pre-installed on the motherboard. Yours probably will as well, but we don't need them for this specific AIO. We're gonna put on these spacers over top of those holes, and then we're gonna install these new bridges specifically for the AIO that we're using. Just gonna get them started, hand tightening first. Make sure they get lined up, and then I'll tighten them all down afterwards. Okay, there's a lot of people asking why or who won. Like, do you not see, this is a serious question. Do you not see the pinned message? I feel like that should be obvious, but like it might not be. Maybe this is not a good system. Is the big pinned message like not readily available or obvious? Or is biggest rage bait? Dude, if that's rage bait, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, you guys see it, right? It's not big enough? It gets mixed with the chat on desktop. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, like, is it actually not super obvious? Sometimes on phones it's hard to see. Yeah, see, that I believe. I don't think it's rage bait, man. I think you guys call rage bait too early. Why is there a hair here? I think that was a griffin hair. That dude didn't read. It's visible. I'm on phone. Keeps reminding me I didn't win. Should I take it off? I mean, the whole reason it's up is so people don't ask, but that's not working, so I might as well put something fun there. Right? Okay. That is installed, so we should be good with the AIO. We can do the AIO later. Our motherboard is fully prepped. We get our Asus TUF B650 motherboard. Ryzen 5 9600X, 32 gigs of G-Skill DDR5, 6000 megahertz CL32, and we got a 1 terabyte MV3 Gen 4 NVMe from Kingston, and our AIO is prepped to be installed on there. Motherboard prepped. Now it's time to move on to the power supply. What's CPU? I have a solution. Maybe some of that. Maybe some of this too. I'm thinking some of this too. That's the solution. What do you think about the 9070 XT and the 9800X 3D? I think that's amazing. Amazing combo. Brownie says, how many bits to answer an honest computer question? I don't know if you know this, man, but like, I answer questions all day in these live streams. I mean, you don't need to send bits to get your question answered. Now, granted, let's be honest, it significantly increases the chance that I see it. But like, Dude, I'm answering questions left and right here. Robzilla with the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. This is a fully modular power supply, so we're going to have to pick and choose what we want from here. Mr. Famas with the super chat says, big fan from the UAE. Dude, I was in the UAE, man. I was deployed to the UAE for 4 months. It was a good time, man. Dubai, etc. I've been there. No Pice 5.0, not today, man. We had to mix it up. All right, what do we need for the 3080? The 3080 definitely needs 2 PCIe. We got that there. Every computer needs the 24 pin. Every computer needs the 4+4. I don't think we need anything else. I think we're good. I don't think there's going to be any sort of fan hub or anything in there. So I think we can leave all those other cables, man. I think we're good with just this. Brownie with 300 biddies, thank you. Little Swimmer with the tier 1 sub, thank you. Ice, Twitch Prime. Brownie with 300 biddies says, should I upgrade my 7600X running a Zotac RTX 5070, but the CPU keeps bottlenecking the GPU? I would double check why you think the 7600X is bottlenecking the 5070. Because the 7600X is a good combo with the 5070. Remember, the 7600X. Brownie. Answering your question right now, but thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate that. Remember, the 7600X is only a couple FPS behind the 9600X. It's very similar in performance. It can definitely hang with a 5070, so I would question why you think it's bottlenecking, because that's a good combination, man. Was up from Japan, says Aldo. Dude, I lived in Japan. Thanks for tuning in, man. What is that whiskey? Buffalo Trace. It's weird seeing you build a PC and not innovate. What? I gotta scroll up for that one. And not in a video with quick cuts and 5 different camera angles. Okay. I mean, we gotta hold the phone. I mean, we got camera numero uno, camera numero dos, and camera numero tres. I mean, we got our angles, man. Like, we're here. I don't go anywhere without the camera angles, man. We might not have 5, but that's what we do. I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I have tonight. We just got 3. Water? No, I don't need a water, man. I'm in the middle of building right now. Am I the only one that uses a GT 610 in 2026? Maybe in this chat. I don't know. If anyone else has a 610, let them know. That'd be quite the call out. All right, we're going to plug in this. Like so. Again, this is a fully modular power supply, so we get to pick and choose which cables we plug in. This is for the 24 pin, and also this one. A lot of times the 24 pin is broken up into 2 different connectors on the power supply side of a modular PSU. And then we also have the 4+4 for the CPU. There we go. And I think that's all we're gonna need. Just these few cables. Oh wait, no, the AIO. Does the AIO need something? I don't think so. No, dude, I think we're good. I don't think we're gonna need a SATA power at all for this build, man. This might be, we might get some actual clean cable management tonight. Don't quote me on that, but it might happen. This has the potential to be a very, very easy build, but we'll see. Could be super smooth. Could be chaos. We'll see. What's your Wi-Fi speeds? I got gig up and gig down. Usually on Wi-Fi, depending on where you're at my house, it's usually like 700-800 megabit per second. Good enough. Are you using cable extensions for this build? Nope. All black, super clean build. Again, the case, you probably don't recognize it. That's because it literally launched today, several hours ago. This is the actual brand new Corsair 3200. This is specifically the RS version. Oh my god, that's a heavy side panel. That comes with 3 pre-installed all black fans. The Corsair 3200D, I think. Let's take a look, shall we? I want to see. We'll be able to gauge whether this is going to be a fun cable management night or not, based off of what we're about to look at. All right, here we go. Oh! All right. Let's dissect this a little bit. This isn't as good as some like the Corsair Frame 4000D. That one gives you some better options. But like this is still pretty clean, man. This should not be bad. This is all the motherboard connections. I don't know why they pre-routed that like that, but that's okay. This is the PWN connection. So all 3 of those pre-installed fans are pre-daisy chained together. And there's even a connector here so you can daisy chain more into there if you want. And we just need one connector for our motherboard. So we just have this bundle of cables. And these all... dude, I like this plate right here. I really like this. Because this gives us a ton of room to hide these ugly daisy chain and the case connector. I actually really like that. There's not a lot of pressure to perfectly cable manage this. And then we have our standard route here with 2 Velcro. We got several, yeah, I mean, we got plenty of zip tie down slots. We got our, yeah, I mean, this is minimal, but like definitely good enough for a clean cable management build. And then I don't know how well you can see, but on the front side here, we do have a slot for an angled 120 mil fan, which I did bring an extra fan for. You could put one here too if you want. But I actually do like the angled fan. That's specifically for intaking air from underneath the case or from right here at the bottom and directing that air right into your GPU. I actually like when cases do that. We also have the pre-installed GPU sag bracket, which we will actually be utilizing tonight because we have a longer GPU. It looks like this is all back connect motherboard compatible, which looks pretty solid. I mean, oh yeah, I mean this is solid. This is pretty solid, man. This is on the more affordable range for Corsair cases, but I don't see any shortcuts that I'm gonna be super upset with. This seems very competent. Should be a super clean build. If it's not, it's most likely my fault. But yeah, let's get this motherboard installed and actually start putting these Lego pieces together. We got all the standoffs that we need in the right spot. We got that middle raised standoff, so the motherboard goes exactly where it needs to. And like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, man, that is already looking squeaky. Dude, that looks good. Oh man, I'm getting excited about this one. That looks really good already. Try snake area with Twitch Prime sub. Oh, and look at this, man. That is a very healthy amount of zip. How many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got a dozen. A dozen zip ties. I no longer feel bad about knocking cases off a point when they only give us like 4 zip ties. That's like so stingy. We got 12 zip ties here, man. That is much appreciated. That might actually be more than we need. Motherboard screws. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. The Mobo shield, we don't need one. This motherboard has the IO shield built into it. But yes, you do want that to be your first step if your motherboard does not have it. We're good to go though. Did the winner respond? Yeah, they were in the chat. We are on a very, very good streak of the giveaway winners being in the chat, which I love to see. It is such a buzzkill whenever we announce the PC giveaway winner and they're not here. Thankfully, that hasn't happened in a really long time. I actually hate when that happens. It's such a buzzkill. How much money does PC cost? I have no idea. All of these parts we already had in the studio. I mean, some of these were supposed to go to a customer build, not like somebody that bought a PC, but a future customer build. I had to take some parts off the shelf. I wanted to use this case since it came out today, which Corsair sent to me. Yeah, I have no idea what the total cost of this one is. What's the case being used? I had to step away. It's the Corsair 3200D. It just launched today. A few hours ago. I did make a mistake though. Anybody know what mistake I made? We kind of talked about it. To give you a little hint. I made a little bit of a mistake here. I don't know if anyone's gonna catch it though. Meta PCs made a video about this case. Yeah, I saw that they made a video. I didn't watch it. Standoffs? Nope. Nope. I made a mistake. What else? I don't know, but this is why we can't have nice things. Card cutouts? What? I don't even know what that means. Card cutouts? The PCIe brackets? No, I can remove those with a screw. AIO mount? Nope. Why would I be removing all of the screws of the motherboard? Nope. Skewed NVMe? What? No. IO shield? Kind of. The IO, like I was saying earlier, the IO shield is built into the motherboard. It's a very cool feature of slightly higher end motherboards. So I didn't forget the IO shield, but I forgot the shield on the IO shield. I didn't realize that was on there. I saw this little blue tab got caught in there, and I wouldn't have been able to remove it with the motherboard installed. The shield of the IO shield. I think some of you are actually confused, though. This is what I mean when I say that the motherboard has the built-in IO shield. A lot of motherboards do not look like this. You'll see like these individual connectors and whatnot on this side of the motherboard. This is what it looks like when it's built in. So this is the exact size and spec of those metal rectangle IO shields that you manually have to put into your case This is what it looks like when it is built in. It's a very nice, convenient feature, and aesthetically it looks much better. But yeah, this is just the open hole on the motherboard, and then this is perfectly sized so it'll fit right in there, so you don't have that additional step. It's nice. I wouldn't buy a motherboard based off of that feature alone, but if you buy a mid to high end motherboard, it will most likely have that these days. It's pretty common. It should be standard. I mean, it should be, but I understand why $70 motherboards don't have it. I mean, that's a lot of material. You know, I like my budget motherboards that are $70. I don't need them to spend money on the integrated IO shield. AIO won't fit? I think we got plenty of room for the AIO up there. At least it looks like we do. I did not look at the spec sheet. Actually, now that you say that, it does look like it might be a little tight. What screwdriver is that? This is the LTT store screwdriver. You can fit two 360s in there? Yeah, the only reason I was questioning is because this is not a ton of room. Especially for a tubes forward setup, which is what I want to do. I will do a quick test fit once we get this motherboard installed. If it fits, it fits. That makes sense, yep. Like I said, this could either be a super smooth build or it could be chaos. We're about to find out, man. Alright. Motherboard screws are installed. You need to try another Foifkin? Which Foifkin should I try? I mean, I'm down. I'm always down for the Foifkin, man. You know me. I just don't know which one. Okay, let's get that AIO out real quick. Make sure this fits with the tubes front. Yeah, this is definitely looking tight, man. Dude, that is not gonna fit at all. No way. Is this supposed to fit? I mean, this is definitely on the bigger side of the... Dude, that is most definitely not going to fit. Brother! Wow. There is no room. I mean, this, like I said, this is a... Oops. This is a little bit bigger. We got like this extended part here. And this extended part here. That's like the... What's it called? Like the break point of this. Like without that, this would have fit. Do we Oh no way, it's not even gonna fit in the front? What? Oh no, it's not even gonna fit in the front. Oh my god, that was my backup plan. I was like, oh, it don't matter, man, I'll just put it in the front. People freak out for a couple seconds, but we got a solution. It doesn't even work here. I didn't realize this was such a beefy AIO. Brother, that's probably why we still have it. It doesn't fit anywhere. Okay. All right. I got, dude, I got the backup to the backup plan. Don't you worry, man. Love a plan C. Dude, we got plan C on deck, man. All right, sorry. We're not can't do an AIO tonight. Thankfully, I am the type of person that keeps ID cooling SE214 XTs in my garage. So, we're good. Sorry, it's not going to be an AIO. You should drink water? Dude, I am in the middle of some major troubleshooting over here. What are you talking about? I definitely don't have time for water right now. I need whiskey, if anything. Still no V2? No, but I did tell Nick at the office. He is the person that orders all of the parts for our pre-builts. And I was like, brother, you got to get us some of these V2s ASAP. I actually just told him today. I completely forgot about it until earlier today. So we will be buying them here soon. Should have used the hacksaw. That's a shame, man. That's a shame that didn't fit. I'm glad somebody told me to check that now versus when we... Actually, it doesn't really matter. The timing is okay, but we're good. All right, so we don't need any of that. I guess that AIO is gonna have to find a different home. We will use this AIO giveaway. Honestly, it's looking like it. I think what we're gonna do though is, we've been talking about this a lot, but I think whenever we know when we're moving from Pittsburgh to Houston, we're gonna do some sort of like Pittsburgh going away party, and we're gonna have like a yard sale and just give away stuff like this, perfectly working components for super cheap. That way we don't have to move with it. I think we're gonna offload all of our... I'm removing the plastic peel. I am removing the plastic peel. The plastic peel is removed. That way we don't have to move with a ton of excess hardware. I think that's gonna be the way to go. When is the yard sale? Whenever we move. Or like right before we move. Whenever that is. Probably in a couple months from now. But yeah, would you guys come to Pittsburgh? How many of you would come to Pittsburgh? Like, not like a BS, like, oh yeah, man, I would totally show up. But like, you live in like Australia. How many of you guys would actually come to Pittsburgh? I mean, we could do some fun stuff. We could hang out in the studio, like maybe have like a little LAN party set up. I don't know. I have not really thought much about it. I have family in Pittsburgh. Dude, I live in Pittsburgh. I live in Cleveland. I'd make the trip. Already told you I was on my way. That's true, you did, Trail Tech. I'm in PA already. I work in Pitt. Would love to. There we go, man. I'll be in PA in June. Why am I just hearing about this now, Shawner? What's up with that, man? 10-hour trip is too much? That's valid, man. I understand. I'm in Idaho, but I definitely would. It says caffeinated vapor. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know if I would want you to travel all that way. Like it's gonna be fun, but it's not gonna be that fun. What could we possibly do at like a ZTT going away party that would be worth a drive from Idaho? Like I'm definitely open to ideas. Like what could we possibly do at this little event that would be worth a drive, other than sell PC hardware for really cheap prices? You should invite LTT. I was thinking about inviting some people. I feel like I could get a couple people to come. I don't know how many though, but keg stand? Dude, sign me up. I'm down. Minecraft server? No, I like the keg stand better. Massive build collaboration? What if all of you guys just... What if we had like a bunch of stations of pre-built PCs for like customers, and you guys just all built them at the same time? Like, I get to keep the PC, and you guys just like work for free. You guys get the fun of like building PCs. I get some little bit of free labor out of it. Dude, I'm not opposed. Sounds great. We could drink some whiskey while we do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, I'll pay for the beer. I'll pay for the beer. I'll be pocketing everything. Yeah, we're gonna need some actual security. I've already thought about security at the event. I don't know how crazy this sounds to you guys. To me, it kind of sounds insane. But I don't think we could actually have a a going away party without having security. Like, I think I would actually have to hire a couple security I don't know, dude. I don't know how to hire security guards. Maybe we can get some. Well, no, that's probably not a good idea. Because then they just steal the RAM. We probably need to hire some sort of security. Get Jeff? Well, Jeff's gonna need some backup, man. Yeah, I mean, he's one of them. I mean, dude, Jeff is in the Marines right now. He's definitely one of them, but we could use probably a couple more Marines or something. I'm for hire and most likely better armed. I like the sound of that. You could be the moderator in Twitch, in Discord, and real life. Dude, I like that, man. I got you covered with security. Dude, I don't know if it's a good idea hiring PC building degenerates as security. That might defeat the purpose. I'll be security. I'll receive the payment in RAM. That's true. I could just pay in RAM though. That might save a little money. I mean, not a lot, but yeah, maybe. We gotta think this one through. Hire vets. Yeah, that's a good idea. The security is gonna. Yeah, if I got a bunch of armed, thinking about like a bunch of jacked dudes that are armed, prior military service, but they're PC building degenerates, like they could just overrun the whole ZTT operation and we lose everything. Like, who's gonna stop them? Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. I think I need them to be not nerds. No super nerds. I don't want them to be enticed by all the graphics cards and RAM. Yeah. They got to be non-nerds. Sorry. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah. We got to think this one through. Hey, I need thermal paste, and I actually did something that I've been saying I was gonna do for like the last year. I think. Hopefully. I don't think I forgot. Yep, I got it. Dude, we've been talking. I've been messing this up for a very long time, man. We finally got the yeaster paste in the house, man. What does that say? High quality thermal paste, mind you. The actual yeaster paste is finally making an introduction here on Thirsty Thursday. If you guys don't know, Mr. Yeaster, he lives here in Pittsburgh, and he came to our office like over a year ago, man. Yeah, I think it was like last January or February or something. Over a year ago. And we made a couple videos and whatnot, but he gave us like 10 tubes of yeaster paste, and I was very excited to use some of it on Thirsty Thursday, but I just kept forgetting to bring it home for a year. Kept forgetting to bring it home. And so I went into the office last week, and I finally remembered, and I was like, hey man, where's our stash of yeaster paste? Those mofos used it all. This is the last tube of yeaster paste we got, and it's not even new. I don't know how much is left in here, but probably not a lot. I was expecting them to show me like, you know, at least 5 or 6 tubes of the yeaster paste. It's all gone. I wanted my own stash of yeaster paste. They used it all, man. They're degenerates. PC building degenerates, man. I didn't realize that they were using it. So maybe I can call them up and ask them. Actually, I should probably pay for it. I'll pay for them next time. But yeah, there it is, man. Oh, that is a beautiful color. It's actually a different color than most thermal paste. It's like dark and metallic. I'm not kidding. It actually is a different color than most thermal paste. Dark and sparkly. I like it. That is That's pretty nice, man. I've been slacking by not using this. Do you ever repaste and repad your own graphics cards? I have done it for, like, old GPU projects. Like, if I buy a really used GPU or something, there's no plastic peel in this. There's no plastic peel in this. I don't, like, routinely do it for my own GPUs, no. I don't need to re-pad or re-thermal paste my daily driver GPUs. I don't do it for fun. Only when it's absolutely required, or if I'm, like, painting a GPU. If I'm gonna open up a GPU to paint it, then I'm also, like, while I have it open, I'm gonna re-thermal pad it and whatnot. But I do not do that often at all. It's a lot of work. Are you sure you took off the plastic? Dude, I think so. Alright, this is still gonna look clean. Not quite as clean with the AIO we originally prescribed to this build, but it'll still be clean. But real quickly, if you guys don't know, for real, I'm pretty sure all of you know this, but the reason why we're talking about this, Yeaster Paste, is because a fellow content creator, Mr. Yeaster, he makes PC building videos, but he does, like, crazy stuff. Like, he's the type of creator that does, like, weird experiments, like a coin-operated gaming PC, or he'll use, like, a real-life steering wheel in a car to control his game in the PC game car. He does all, like, he cools PCs with ice. He does all sorts of weird experiments. But he actually developed an actual product called Yeaster Paste. They sell this at Micro Center and Staples, as far as I know. This is the real deal. So, just like the LTT screwdriver, I like when fellow creators create actually good products. So it's fun. It's fun. It feels like you're part of the community when you use the LTT screwdriver or Yeaster Paste, you know. I'm all about that type of stuff. So, just in case if you didn't know why we were making such a big deal about that. Okay, now we have to install the... Sorry, I know it's dark. The CPU cooler fan. I always do this before the motherboard goes into the case, but today's situation ended up being a little bit different. But it is what it is. We can still get the job done. RC, gifted out tier 1 sub. Thank you, man. ZTT whiskey glass when? I don't know, man. If enough of you keep asking me, we might have to just do it. We are still working our way through a huge merch overhaul. Dude, like, I'm not kidding, man. I've been testing new merch. Like, every couple days, I'm putting something new on to test it out. We've never taken merch seriously. Like, even the merch we have now, like, it's just a couple ZTT logo items, and that's it, man. I've never pushed merch. I don't think I've ever told somebody to buy merch, like in a video or anything. We've never taken it seriously. Until now. We got some good stuff in the works, finally. We need a few more weeks to iron everything out. I think we got all of our products, our first product line, nailed down. But we're gonna have to do some... I want to take some pictures, like maybe get some other content creators to take pictures and whatnot. But that is coming actually relatively soon. We're working on it. Forza Ryzen 6 ad? That's a good one to watch. I've watched that. I don't think I've seen that ad yet, but that sounds like a good one to watch. Can't be upset at that one. What happened with the AIO? It didn't fit. That AIO we were using is a very, very beefy 360 mil radiator, and it was like extra long on both sides to the point where it didn't fit at the top of the case or the front of the case. I thought for sure it would have fit in at least the front, but this is a pretty small ATX case. I don't think it would have a problem fitting a normal size 360. I mean, it's spec'd out to fit that, but that Arctic AIO I didn't realize was so big, so it did not fit. So we had to switch to an air cooler, the ID cooling. But I mean, this build is still gonna look squeaky clean. Thankfully I had that at the house. Here's what we got in the back. We just have our standard bundle of cables here, so I'm just going to start plugging things in. We got our USB-C up here at the front. Easy. We don't even have a USB 3.0. Oh, wait a second. What? That's a USB 2.0 slot. We have a USB-C and a USB 2.0? What? I don't think I've ever seen that combination before. Is that correct? Right? Am I going crazy? I don't think I've ever seen a case be modern enough to have USB-C, no USB 3.0, and a USB 2.0. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's wild. Corsair moment. Yeah, like that's weird, right? I don't think I've ever seen that combination before. I mean, to be fair, well, I mean, I'm not going to defend that. Like, you should probably have a USB 3. But to be fair, I think most people that use that front slot are, well, no, maybe not. I was going to say you're probably just using like a USB dongle. But some of them do actually need 3.0. Or you are putting in like a thumb drive up at the front, and then you do want the 3.0 speed. So yeah, I can't really defend that. That's weird, man. USB-C and USB 2.0, but not 3.0 is weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I don't have words for that. And Numpty, I got words for that, though. Thank you. With the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate that, man. Zeno with the super chat. Thank you, man. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I would love to talk to somebody at Corsair and ask them what the... I mean, is the reasoning for that like literally just to save like a tiny amount of money? Did anybody watch the Meta PCs video? If anybody watched the Meta PCs video about this case, what did they say about that? That's weird. Very weird. I do like that there's PWM connectors perfectly scattered all around this motherboard. That is very useful. Thank you, Asus. Okay. Anybody watch it? They fit the AIO with the pipes in the back. Yeah, that's not surprising. It's a tight case. I didn't realize it just by looking at it, but yeah, it's a pretty tight-sized case for ATX. Okay. Everything is plugged in. Let's do a quick round of cable management, shall we? Now, we might actually use all 12 of the zip ties that came with this build, just because I kind of want this to look decent. I'm not qualified for an Instagram-worthy cable management build, but I do kind of want it to look good. This is something that I don't really like that Corsair does. They do this on the 4000D as well. Well, they include twist ties. I'm never a fan of that, obviously. But I really don't like how their fans have these huge labels on them. Like, no other fan or most other fans don't do that. Like, why do you feel the need to do that? But one thing I've been doing lately is I use these obnoxious labels as like a twist tie. Or like, not a twist tie, but like a cable bundle. These ones aren't as long as, or maybe this just because this bundle is big. But I'll wrap around that label, and then that's exactly where I'll place a zip tie. It's kind of hard to do because, yeah, see, the zip tie comes on, or the label comes undone. But I kind of, oh my god, I just dropped that. That's devastating. This isn't a foolproof plan yet. But yeah, I wrap them around the cables, and then I cinch down that twist tie, and then you don't see the label flapping everywhere. I'll get back to you on whether I think that's an actually good idea or not, but for right now, that's what I've been doing. What do you guys think? Does that sound worth my time or no? I just don't like those huge cables, or those huge labels sticking out. I think the labels look really ugly. Yeah, it's actually pretty difficult to do it because the label just wants to. It's got a mind of its own. It's hard to keep it in the same spot when you're zip tying. Hello, Zach. Hello. Over on YouTube. Can you make a giveaway to India? Dude, all of these giveaways are worldwide. I'll pay to ship it in the United States, but the giveaway is still worldwide, man. They always are. Worldwide giveaway. There we go. What are the specs? 9600X, 32 gigs of DDR5, and an RTX 3080. We happen to have an extra 3080 sitting around, so figured that was good for a giveaway PC. Okay. There we go. All right, so at least that line is now not looking super ugly. What do I do with all this? It's actually a great question. I'm not entirely sure how I want to address all of these cables. What do I want to do, man? Do I want to round it like this? Yeah, probably like that. I think I'm going to use more than the 12 zip ties. Just because I'm actually trying to make this look nice. The RAM itself is wild. Dude, I'm just giving away some DDR5, man. That's how we roll. Sometimes. Not all the time. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with this bundle, though. This is not going to look pretty. This is never my specialty of making these random cable bundles look good. I am never good at this. We might be able to do some action like that, though. Might as well be giving away a kidney? No, we can't go that far, man. Something like that. I mean, that's not terrible. It's not Instagram worthy, but not terrible. Dare I say decent for a giveaway PC, but make your hair like Zach from Meta PCs? I mean, I do like his style. He's got a pretty good style, man. I wouldn't be knocking it. Maybe one day. Or probably one day. Just don't know when that day will come. Alright, let's get some cutters out here. Start cutting these off. Wait, Zach has hair? Yeah, man. I think Zach's hiding a full head of hair under all those hats, man. It looks beautiful. I think that's what's going on. Right? Liar? I don't know, man. That's what I'm assuming. Okay. All right, here we go. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'll take that cable management. Let's get the power supply installed now. Actually, no, let's do the fans next. I want to do the fans before the power supply. Ooh, they're buried here. This is gonna take a minute to fish out. They're buried in my trash bin. Ah, there we go. Got two thermal right 120 mil fans. Cable management's my enemy. Montech Air 100. I've been building a lot in the Montech Air 100 with our Shadow Bolt pre-builts on zttbuilds.com. I got a high experience level of cable managing inside that one. Thankfully, we don't use cable extensions for that build. Skyrat with 300 biddies says, after building in a bunch of them, I think Okonos cases are some of the best on the market. Thoughts? I think, yeah. I think Okonos is probably the best budget. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have a close second, to be honest. I think Okonos is definitely the best affordable case brand on the entire market. I'm trying to think who would... Like, I don't even have a clear-cut number two. I mean, over the last, what, 3 years? I mean, Okonos is just... They've delivered so many good affordable options. The Aqua Air, the Aqua 3, Aqua 5, 7. 7's a little more expensive. The Cypress. Couple different wood grain options, actually. The what's it called? Something 4. Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. The Mirage 4. Oh my god, such a good case for like $60. Yeah, I don't even think it's a competition at this point. They're so good. And dude, I even told the owner of Okonos this, like, you know, we've seen a lot of budget case brands come and go, and that's because, like, a case brand can start out with budget cases and deliver really good value, but then they start wanting that money, and they want those bigger profit margins with the higher end cases. Thankfully, Okonos has stayed in their lane. And, I mean, they've put out a couple, like, more expensive, but never over the top. Never obnoxiously priced cases. And they just chose to get dialed in on the budget case market. And, yeah, I mean, they're just... It's just so good. The only people that, like, don't talk highly of Okonos are probably just people that haven't built a PC in the last few years, and they just don't know. Yeah, I mean, they're just so good. What do you think of Game DS? I mean, Game DS, they could have been Okonos. I mean, they've been around for a lot longer. I feel like, I mean, I don't have a problem with Game DS, but they don't have bangers like they used to. They, like, I would say, I mean, probably like 7 years ago. I mean, they had a pretty good budget case lineup for sure. But I don't think they compete with Okonos anymore. I hope I have fan screws. I do. Skyrat says, who wants a month sub? Skyrat, he's looking for people to give a sub to. You better be nice. That's all I'm saying. If you want a gifted sub from Skyrat, you better be respectful and say the magic word. Come on, man. There it is. Skyrat gave one to Silver Badger. Thank you, Skyrat, for the gifted sub, man. Appreciate that. That was very nice of you. Nom Nom gifting out tier 1 sub as well. Oh, getting the next hype train kicked off for the night. Thank you, Nom Nom and Skyrat. Appreciate that. That's a weird way to install a case fan. Don't judge me. Anonymous giving out a sub? Okay. Thank you, whoever you are. Do you have preferred specs for gaming? That's a weird question. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have preferred specs. I just prefer value. I prefer FPS per dollar value. You know, some people prefer the most amount of VRAM possible. Some people prefer the best ray tracing quality they can get. Some people prefer the best CUDA performance that they can get. You know? I prefer raw FPS per dollar value. Whatever part that equivalates to. Benito, also gifting out tier 1 sub, thank you. Thanks, Sky. There it is. Thank you for being nice. Okay, here we go. I got the rear fan installed. Now, again, we're going to install the... Sorry, the lighting is tough here. We're going to install one more fan down here as an intake that goes directly onto... Oh, wait a second. How do I install this? Wait, is that threaded? Is that a threaded hole so I can install this screw? No, that I don't think so. Maybe. That might be a threaded screw. Oh, very nice. Oh, I love that. Oh, we got to get out the camera angle for that. All right, Corsair. You might have redeemed yourself. That is a super nice touch. I love that a lot. So sometimes whenever you install fans here at the bottom of any case, you got to somehow creatively figure out how to install the screw from underneath the case, because it's just normal standard holes like there was up here. But the holes for this one are threaded. So what you do is you use one of the longer screws that the case came with. Those are deep enough to go through the fan, and then you just screw them in from on top, which makes the installation of these fans super simple. That is a very nice touch, Corsair. I like that a lot. I don't know if you've redeemed yourself from the USB 2.0, but other than that, that is a very nice little feature. Thank you. Flip the fan? Oh, thank you, actually. Let me show you. Yeah, during my demonstration, I was not paying attention to the direction of the fan at all. We definitely do not want that to be an exhaust fan. That would serve... Actually, that might not be absolutely terrible, but we definitely want that to be an intake fan. So we will put that this direction. Thank you, sir. But yeah, this is very easy to install, just like that. I like that. Now, the downside of installing it correctly, though, and not using a reverse bladed fan, is it kind of looks a little ugly. The backside of this fan has this ugly sticker. Do I just remove it? Dude, we used to remove these types of stickers all the time. Should I just... Can I remove this easily? Probably not supposed to do this, but... Aesthetics. Oh. Wait, this is borderline an ugly peel. I can't... I don't think I can proceed. It's too ugly of a peel. Hold on, let me try one more time. It looks fine? Well, I know it looks fine. I'm trying to make it look great. I don't think I can, man. Nah, it's too ugly of a peel. I don't want to do it. I would definitely do it if it was an easy peel. Heat gun it? Dude, I ain't got time for that, man. That is a good idea, but I ain't got time for that. We're going to leave it as is. Not a bad idea. Hair dryer? I know. I don't hate the look that much to do that. Dude, it's 11 o'clock at night, man. I gotta get to bed before I get the hair dryer out. Okay. All right, that's installed. Black Sharpie? It's not a bad idea, to be honest. Oh wow, these screws really go in. I don't want to break anything, but there we go. Yeah, actually, you know, I might be having second thoughts about this whole thing though. Hold on a second. All right, I need some PC building experts, if you could. If we got some members of the community that have been here for a while, if we got some people that know their way around aesthetics, I could use an actual opinion here. If you guys are lurking, I would appreciate you guys coming out of lurk mode for a little bit. I got the music paused. That's how you know this is legit. How do we feel about that angled fan poking out like that? You know, a few cases these days have done this angled fan design, but never in a way that it's like halfway sticking out. It's either like all the way out, where it like looks like a design choice, or it's all the way down that you can't see it, like the NZXT case. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know if I like this. It's like a big no. Take it out. Awful. I'll take it. I don't know if I trust that one. L. Not a fan of it is crazy. I know, man. That was unintentional. Why does it look like that? It's just because it sits higher up. Put up a poll? I'd be okay with a poll. This is a serious matter here in our 3-hour quote-unquote easy build. Can we get a poll going? Is this rage bait? No, dude, I'm being dead serious. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it should bother me, though. Like, it's barely sticking out. I can be convinced on this one. Shauner's going to set up the poll real quick. Yay or nay on the angled fan down here? You won't see it much? I mean, dude, you see it. You put it under? Music can come back on. Well, wait, hold on. If I put it under, that will work. Oh, wait, no, I won't be able to screw it in. Because it's threaded on. No, I won't be able to screw it. That doesn't work. I thought I could do that, actually. No, I can't do that. That sounded like a good idea, but I can't. I wouldn't be able to screw it in. Because the threads are on the case. I wouldn't be able to screw in from underneath the case. No, I can't do that, actually. That sounded like a good idea. Nut and bolt? No. Guys, I'm not doing that, man. All right, what does the poll say? 52-48. Dude, that's like 50-50. Wow. All right, that's incredibly unuseful data. Thank you. I guess we'll leave it in. I'll leave it in for now. Purely because I already did all that work. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. You know, it might actually look a little bit better if I had one more fan here, which it does have the spot for. Then you would, like, see that this case has all sorts of fan action going on. That would definitely help. But yeah, it's just not the prettiest implementation of an angled GPU fan that I've ever seen before. But 50-50, man. Function, Yeah, I mean, the function's there. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, let's be very clear about one thing. We are nitpicking aesthetics right now. Function-wise, yeah, we're going to get some extra airflow to that GPU. Without a doubt. We are nitpicking aesthetics. But that's what we do, man. That's what we do at ZTT. That is exactly my bread and butter, is nitpicking the aesthetics. All right, I'm going to plug in those fans. I did daisy chain both of those fans together. This one and this one. Going to connect that to the motherboard and then cable manage that before we put in our power supply. If the fan was a different color? What? The bottom row of the motherboard looks like a power rail? Yeah, that is like a weird, long bracket there. Yeah. Nay won the poll with 54%. That's super close. Super close. I guess I don't know what I was expecting, but... Okay, what do I do with all the... See, this cable is just going to make this whole thing ugly now. That was a mistake. Where do I put this, all this extra cable, man? Trying to make this look decent. Just cut the cable? That might not be a bad idea. I might tail that. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Any excess cable we get, just cut it off? Alright, I think it's finally power supply time. Even if it's not, dude, we gotta get this power supply in here, man. This build has gone on long enough. Before I put this in here, gonna do a best practice final check on all of these modular connectors. Make sure that's in there. Then I'm gonna put the power supply face down, fan down. That way it can intake some nice fresh air from underneath the case. Oh man, oh brother, we might have another issue. What the front door? Dude, this is very minimal room for a power supply. What the How the Dude, Remember when I said that this was either going to be a super smooth, easy build or chaos? Dude, we might be leaning one way that I didn't think was oh my god. This is an ATX power supply, man. This is a pretty tight squeeze. Build's going downhill? Dude, it might. Dude, I gotta stand up. That's how you know this is legit here. I mean, just that one cable, the HD audio connector, is like... Dude, why is this such a tight case? I mean, there's nowhere else to put the power supply. And with the angled fan that we keep talking about, I can't really install the power supply farther back like I'm trying to do right now because that gets in the way. Brother, that doesn't... Oh my god, dude, I'm like bending the case right now. Why is that so difficult? Dude, I feel like I'm bending the case. I don't want to pull on these connectors too hard or push on these connectors too hard. Remove the cable first? I mean, I would do that, but there's not going to be any way for me to get that cable back in there after I remove it. That case is literally bending. Just with this trying to go in here. I mean, I'm pretty confident I can just push this through, but it does not feel good at all. Oh, brother. That was... Dude, that is like... That tolerance is way too tight. I don't know, man. I don't, I don't think we're gonna do the sponsorship on this one. This is not this one's not really going to plan, man. That is like I can't imagine a yeah. See, it even knocked, dude. I might have bent the pins on the HD audio doing that. No, I didn't. They just popped out. The HD audio connector popped out from doing that. Thankfully, the pin, dude, those pins could have easily bent. I don't think I've ever put that much pressure on getting. I mean, usually, in a lot of cases, the power supply is tight, trying to get it in there, especially when you got cables coming down. But like, I don't think I've ever put that much pressure in. That was a lot, man. Put the PSU in first. If you put the PSU in first, well, okay. No, okay. All right, yeah. So typically, when you put this, I'm learning here, man. This is kind of funky, but not in a terrible way. Normally, when you have that problem, you can't put in the PSU first. You don't have that option because once the PSU is in, there's not going to be any room for you to route the cable through unless if you route it up through a different way. But the way that this case is set up is, I don't know if I'm going to use the correct words here, but there's like a lip. Like the power supply is not all the way towards the back of the case like it usually is, the back panel. So there's like a full 1-inch gap here, which does leave a lot of room for you to route that cable underneath. So like I would not have an issue. I would not have had an issue if I would have plugged in the HD audio connector after the power supply. But I didn't know that ahead of time, and that's not the normal ops that I've ever built a PC in. That's just weird. That's just weird. If you're going to use this case, definitely do that. I would do all of these bottom motherboard connectors after the power supply goes in. That's not the order of operations I ever go in. But yeah, I mean, now that it's in, there is plenty of room because there's this huge, like 1-inch lip. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. Like the depth of the power supply is not on the same level as this panel is, which it normally is. That's a funky layout. That's a little bit funky, but it is functional. It is functional. You got to know that ahead of time, I guess. Should have read the manual. Yeah, I wonder if the manual says go in this order. Probably not, but maybe. But yeah, I mean, I would not have had a problem if I did it the other way. Did you finally get a pallet of the Lee & Lee V100 minis? No, we didn't do it. We probably should. We haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. It's just like with the move to Houston, we're trying to make like as little changes as possible. And we are at the point where we should probably stop buying pallets of things. We're trying to balance the perfect amount of purchasing parts that we don't have to move with all of, like, I don't want to move with pallets of cases. So we're trying to like buy the minimum but keep business going, you know. And part of that is just like not ordering new stuff right this second. So no, I decided against switching to that. But I do want to order those. I think that would make a really good Shadow Bolt. The only problem with that Lee & Lee case, the V100 Mini, is, I mean, you could use that for a super budget PC or like a mid to even high-end PC. It's so good. We usually like to use different cases throughout all of our pre-builts. That way people don't get confused. I don't know what PC I would want to use that for. But I do want to use it for a PC. All right, 4+4 is installed. Now we're going to get the 24 pin. That's installed up there. And then the GPU 6+2. I hope this fits. Barely. Through that weirdly shaped 1-inch gap that we were referring to earlier, I think is the only place where this connector can come out of. This is there is no other hole for a GPU power connector once we have that fan installed, even if we didn't have the fan installed. Definitely I did not think that this would be a unique case. I thought this was like a pretty standard cookie cutter option. It is anything but. There have been a few interesting design choices here. Oh my god, I hope I can get this to fit through. Six plus 2 equals 10? Yeah. Cooked build? I don't think it's cooked yet, man. I think we're gonna make it happen still, but not nearly as smoothly as I thought. Not even close, man. I thought I could have built this PC in like an hour. All right, got those routed. Let's cable manage before we install that GPU. Not nearly as smooth as I thought. All right, let's take advantage of the Velcro here for our 24 pin. That way we can just do one of those numbers. We'll come down here. I need a big zip tie for that one. The challenge is part of the process. Indeed, man. Telling you, there's always something. Always something going on when building a PC. Not that it's incredibly difficult. Nothing that we're doing tonight is like physically difficult. But there is always something. Something unexpected. Some type of challenge you gotta work through. Always something. That can just stay like that. That's not bad. Last step is our GPU. Again, we're using the MSI RTX 3080. Couple generations old, but still a very powerful 1440p GPU. It's gonna look beautiful inside this build. Just got to install uninstall the PCIe brackets. Thankfully it fits. Starting to get a little worried there. MSI GPUs are pretty. Yeah, I really like these. That's nice. The AIO in the build would have been much better. I agree. I mean, I don't think it looks bad, but yeah, that would have looked real clean. Especially because it would have filled out like that whole area up there. That would have filled out nicely. All right, GPU finally going in. I know we have that sag bracket somewhere. Let me adjust that sag bracket, actually. I think... Here, I'll try to give you some... There we go. This is the built-in GPU sag bracket right here. I think I can just unscrew it like that. Oh, yeah. And then drop it down. I don't know where exactly we want it, but put it there for now. That way it's below the GPU. Insert the GPU like so. Oh wow, that's actually pretty close to where we need it. All right, I'm gonna raise the GPU up. Yeah, that's in a great spot. That works. That works fantastic. Just hand tightening it now. Oh wait, it stays in place. Yeah, dude, that looks great actually.
And now I can use a screwdriver to tighten that up a little bit. I hope that doesn't stop it from spinning.
Oh no, it does stop it from spinning. Oh, I don't think we'll be able to use that GPU sag bracket. That's gonna stop the fan from spinning. Wow. Yeah, I can't spin at all with that.
It's not a, it's because it's rounded. It kind of like creeps up in there.
Yikes. PC may be cooked?
Now we gotta remove our
perfectly level GPU.
Wow. Yeah, it's because it's just a...
I don't know if there's a way that I can angle this or position it so it's not gonna get in the way of the fan. Here, let me screw in the GPU first before this thing like cranks off the PCIe slot. I don't want to break the motherboard here. Let's get that secured. All right.
I mean, we don't have a ton of sag already, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, it might be okay like this.
It's I kind of have the
Sag bracket angled down. I don't know if when I tighten it, if it's gonna stay like that. No, it goes up when I do that. Yeah, I mean, the fan doesn't spin at all with that. What the fu-
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy not useful.
Yeah, I can't use it. I can't use that built-in sag bracket, man. Trying to think if there's anything I can do here, but
I don't think there is. I think I just gotta drop it. Change the case?
We might have to, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to drop it and leave it down here.
I can't use it. That's a shame, man.
Thankfully, the GPU's not sagging too bad. It's not as beautiful as it was. But for that heavy of a GPU, it's at least not sagging terribly. The problem is you can't, like, it's going to be tough to put a GPU sag bracket because we have the angled fan right there. You can't install. Yeah, thankfully it's not sagging terribly. Damn, man. All right. This did not go as smoothly as I was hoping, but I'm gonna plug in the power connectors for the GPU. Case is giving the dark flash memory. Yeah, I mean, not, we have, the case has not stopped us from building like that dark flash case did. It hasn't actually prohibited the build to continue. But yeah, I mean, some of these features did not pan out as well as I thought they would. But I think that's pretty much it. That's what the cable management looks like. Wasn't able to get it as pretty as I thought I would, but I mean, that's still not terrible. That'll fly in my book. Let's get this rear panel. I actually really like this rear panel. I think that looks super cool. We haven't been seeing too many unique rear panels in case world lately. I actually do think that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, actually, the more I look at it, the more I like it. I think that's just a little unique feature. That's pretty cool. But here we go. Here is giveaway number, what did I say, 18? 17. Giveaway number 17. All black Very clean. Wish we could have got an AIO up there. Inside the Corsair 3200 DRS that just came out today. The specs inside of here, we got the 18. Okay, 18. We got the 9600X, 32 gigs of DDR5, 1 terabyte SSD, and an RTX 3080. So from today until we draw this one, you guys are now earning points towards this giveaway PC. Type in ! giveaway if you're on Twitch. Shout out again to King Max 4 for winning the previous PC giveaway. And yeah, this is it, man.